Hi there, I'm Paul from Mayfair Ventures, and I'm going to show you now how the X-Trend indicator works. I'm going to use a bit of playback on TradingView here to give you some idea of how I would use it. But actually it's a very interesting indicator anyway, and I suggest you just study it, particularly on this chart, and see how the price reacts to it. Okay, so let's have a little look. You can see that, there seem to be very much action around the indicator. Actually, there seem to be a number of retests. And you can use it just for testing retests and so forth. But however, this is what I tend to use it for. I tend to watch for periods when the price stays within the X trend. And then when it leaves by an appreciable amount, normally the sort of amount, the width of the X trend, then at that point, I think that is a direction. So I'm going to just start this up and run it, and it seems to be inside the X trend, and now it's leaving the X trend. So what I mean is it spent some time pretty much in the whole X trend area. Then it started to leave, and so for me that's a sign, and it's gone more than the whole width of the X trend away. That is a bearish sign for me. Okay, so let's put in a little trade here, a sell trade. I'm not going to worry particularly, because when you're trying to put on your stop loss and your take profit, that's another thing and another part of it, a totally different discussion. What I'm saying is, does this give an indicator that price may move down? Let's play it onwards and see what happens. And we are getting a downward move after the leave. Okay, so that is one example, and we can just run the simulation through and see what happens after this. I'm just waiting for it to come back into the X trend area, and you notice it attempts every now and again to get back in, and here we go, there's another one. Another leaving of the X trend area. So if we now move this and say here, I mean, you could have sold it here as well, and it still didn't get back out of the X trend. And let's just run that forward. And there you get it, picking another one. Now, if you watch this unfold, you do see many instances of the X trend. Here's another one. Watch it leave the zone and see what happens. It leaves the zone on the upside, and sure enough, up we go. So this is just my way of using it, but it's quite an interesting indicator anyway. So just to recap, the way I would use it is that I would notice that this area here, it stayed pretty much on the X trend, and when it left, I'd be interested in buying because it's leaving on the upside by a fair distance. Okay, so that's a brief sort of overview of what X trend does. We like it on the 4-hour chart particularly, but feel free to experiment any way you want.